save people with Oracle. It could be enough to make their lane a little bit less hard.
Well, already seeing some action here down by the rune spot. Seeing that we've got 3 of the heroes trying to secure the rune, possibly get that first blood. But what's going on in the back there? There is an Earth Spirit real far back. He's placed a very deep ward as well.
Yeah, I think he did this to try to spot lanes out, most likely, or to spot couriers, because there's almost no way that ward gets dewarded, for example. So when the couriers end up moving their way top, then he'll be able to see those ahead of time and kill them without losing his ward and giving some good golden experience back to the enemy team.
I mean, is this one of these situations where also they're trying to... Oh, yeah, right, because they have Frank. So Frank might be able... I mean, he wants to sit in lane mostly, make sure that, you know, he's getting these last hits and whatnot, but if he gets the opportunity to possibly snipe out a courier, Matthew does, that will help solidify the lane then for Leo style.
Yep. So they're trying to play... do some lane stuff to swap things out. They spot the Doom going top, so Thunder's going to commit to their lane swap that they're doing. That way they can lane the Nature's Prophet up against the Face's Void. But some good pressure so far here on Frank. Both supports committing to this, and I don't think Frank is going to die, but this is going to be a lot of HP lost here, which could force him to go back to heal and then back TP back to lane.
Definitely possible. I don't know. Do they go for this dive? He's staying really low. Ocean could go for it. Takes a couple of these shots, though, from the tower. Ooh. He's got to be careful. The Treant's coming in. They do a decent amount of damage to trying to body block Ocean. It's like he's going to be all right, but...
Completely zoned from the lane. On the bright side, they've got a Bat Rider in the lane getting last hits right now. So it's not like it's a Crystal Maiden or an Ogre or something like that. MGZ will get a fast level 2. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But pretty good beginning to completely zone the enemy Nature's Prophet. But he'll recover just fine considering both of these heroes function decently as supports anyway. So it's a nice start, but it's not completely game-winning.
I should hope not, considering that we're only 1 minute and 40-something seconds into the game. That would be very disappointing.
Yeah. A really good play so far by Legion Commander, up to 9-2 last hits in the mid lane versus the 5-0 of the Ember Spirit. But this is the advantage of having Moment of Courage here. Just max it out first. Right click the enemy hero. You're going to take, especially when you do denies like this, it's really good. Just right click the enemy hero. You take some damage, but you get some lifesteal in, and you get to stabilize your lane. So much damage.
Leo style, just walking right at him, giving him the clicks. No, he's not going to go for the dive just yet. Sure, he considered it. Matthew also making this rotation. Could possibly do something here, but of course, they do have that ward they can see. There's going to be a very easy courier snipe. Oh, that's Monkey's stick.
Yeah, Gunner's going to be really frustrated with that salve coming mid as well, because he actually got him to a location where his HP was a bit low, and then now he's got to deal with the salve on top of it already being a bit of a hard matchup. So really nice of Earth Spirit to rotate through here.
That poor little husky trying to get to its owner. Husky is afraid of the big bad bat in the woods, though.
Congrats to Prophet, hits level 2 finally. Laning against a level 3 hero. That's not fun, but last hit wise, everything's not looking too bad. Looks about even so far, considering that they zoned 3 heroes with almost no net worth there on the Radiant side.
Monkeys has to TP out. Gonna be very close, and it is indeed the first blood going over to Minos.
Very crucially, Overpower costs less mana to use now. That's not the only reason that happened, but it did save Ursa 10 mana in that kill. Congrats to him. Nice buff.
It's all about efficiency.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Good glyph here to prevent him from getting those easy rage quit kills. He will still clean them up though, but he takes a bunch of damage in the meantime. Basically trading glyph for like 3 or 4 extra right clicks on Gunner. It may not seem like a huge deal, but now he doesn't have 250 HP and isn't going to feel comfortable coming up to last hit for a bit longer. And that's going to delay his bottle timing.
Oh, and Leo style just gets super lucky here. Finds himself that regen rune. He's got to be very pleased about that.
Did you see how he hesitated to grab the rune? He was like, didn't want Gunner to come up and use Sleight of Fist right after. So he walked at it and then paused for a moment just in case Gunner was still there.
Smart.
Just little safe things that are quite effective.
His monkey's just been forced out of the lane for the most part. Feels like he just keeps wandering out from the woods over here on the side. Perhaps he was going for the creep. There's a jump forward from Minos. Trying to get these stacks up. Frank gets taken down by Sammy Boy though, and they'll find a kill on Ocean. Monkey's trying, but he just cannot survive this Ursa. It's too difficult. They try to finish off here over onto the Stat Rider, and they will be able to nuke him down. But again, it's a position 5 Bat Rider. It doesn't matter when Minos is getting double kills.
Yeah, it's not great for sure. Ursa with Orb of Venom in this lane matchup is just so easy for him. Just so easy for him to control up against the Doom. So Doom now only level 3 still. He's having trouble contesting the wave. Ursa's almost level 6, and he's a level 3 hero. How can he stop this? I mean, he's got a great creep. Being able to have the Hellbear is excellent because it's going to give him some potential for harassment, but really, really rough for Doom. On the bright side, he still has 16 last hits. Some of that's going to be like neutral creeps most likely, but Ursa's going to have crazy net worth this game.
I mean, that's one of the problems too, is I feel like Zoomers do very, very well when Monkeys has an excellent game. And we going for the duel in the mid lane. This is gonna be a dead gunner. Good rotation coming out from Matthew, and our first duel.
2k gold advantage already at 5 minutes is significant here. The game is looking iffy for Zoomers if this gets more extreme. Ocean wants a little
runs the
free
heck
kill,
out. He knows. He knew someone was on the way. Husky, though, oh, this is not looking good for him either. They're going to bounce him right back into the arms of Minos. How many kills do we have on Minos now? We got 4 kills in 6 minutes. That's very worrisome for the 4 Zoomers.
Yes, it is. And the scary part as well is that Ursa doesn't just he's not a slow farmer anymore now that he goes the Battle Fury build. So with all these kills in this great lane, if he just grabs a Battle Fury, then he's going to be able to push lanes stupidly fast and jungle in between and channel that into items that'll make him harder to kill. On the bright side, they have decent solutions against him. Like Ursa is normally one of his big issues that he's got tons of status resistance. Chronosphere doesn't really care about that much. Doom doesn't care about it as much. If you can use Doom before he uses Enrage, for example, then you can usually kill him before he's able to cast spells and keep himself alive. So they have some things to deal with him. Rolling Boulder on Pengo could be really effective too, but they've got some solutions, but it's looking pretty dangerous right now.
I think it's also taking some time for sure for the Zoomers to get online and start having these solutions. I'm also interested to see, what the response will be, because I'm sure that Thunder Predator realizes this is, oh no, MJZ trying to steal some of these stacks. That's not good.
That's a support, by the way. You'll support Bat Rider. Level 5, same as the Ursa here.
Frank rotating up to the top lane. There's nothing that they can do about this. They can fortify their tower, but it's going down eventually. Gunner forced off into the woods as well.
Power of Nature's Prophet leaves his lane that's a little bit tough, and he goes to push other lanes to help get advantage. Feels like they don't have quite the same availability on their side. And once it's guaranteed, he TP's back somewhere else. See if MJZ dies here, but I feel like it's going to be a bit tough.
There's 3 heroes, and they're too afraid to fight the position 5 Bat Rider. That seems not particularly great, although Gunner is putting some pressure down. Frank gets taken out, or rather they go and they find
Okay, I was like, who died? I don't see any dire names. It was Faces Void. They weren't afraid to fight the Bat Rider. They just knew that they weren't likely to get the kill, so it wasn't worth their time, and therefore better for them to run away. But it's definitely a bad sign for sure when you get 2 rotations over like that and it's still too scary. But really big kill on the Faces Void there. That was the most farmed hero on the Zoomer side, so really nicely done to get that dual kill and to continue to take the scary heroes out on the enemy team. Sammy Boy does have his ulti. I don't know how they get a kill though. They don't really have good follow-up damage within Chronosphere outside of like Sleight of Fist maybe.
No, Husky. Husky just wanted to walk into his woods. Looks like Minos will have a little bit of mercy though. Goes right back to hitting the creeps, but that must have been terrifying. Light comes out.
Like the draft kind of looks like Zoomers got like all the heroes they wanted, but they just don't really fit very well together. Not to mention that the lane matchups are really dangerous. This would definitely put them on a major back foot here. But maybe once they get a little bit more damage, they can start getting Chronosphere kills and things like that. Ocean also a little under level, only level 4 here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Like you said, it's hard. They have this Chronosphere, but you don't really have the greatest means to dump any sort of damage into it. Silence gets thrown out, though. That knockback here from MJZ. Gunner trying to Remnant out, gets the Slight Doom, making his own rotation. Wrath of Nature will get popped as well. Gunner just going to TP on home, drops the Remnant, so that way he can just come right back to lane with full health and mana.
Even if he gets dueled there, I don't think he dies. Probably. I'm not sure if there was necessarily enough damage, but he's got 3 points in press attack. Maybe he does. He's got pretty good DPS on the Legion right now, but
Gunner zipping back into the mid lane.
They just need to try to like keep equal on farm and ideally turn that into teamfight kills. Still looks bad.
Gunner's just getting all the pressure in the world right now. MJC snapping up that double damage. And the Chronosphere, though, on the bottom lane is going to be able to save them. They're not going to get the dual damage off of this. Do they have enough damage, though? Matthew, yes, Ocean will be able to swashbuckle his way towards a kill. Now Leo Style trying to run away. Gets a couple of these nice bashes. In comes Monkeys. Trying to find the right angle here to get in on the rest of this. Fortress comes out. Oh, but the tree comes in on 2 of them. It's going to separate Monkeys away from everyone else. MNZ joining in the fight. Turns his attention now over to Sammy Boy. They'll have to go. They pull that ultimate over on from the Oracle. Sammy Boy trying to just stay alive a little bit long. He's going to try to TP out. They don't have anything. Oh, it doesn't matter. He pops. Too much damage and not enough healing.
So you might be thinking, why does Doom not have Doom? And the reality is that he probably doesn't need it, and it probably wouldn't have done anything anyways. It might have gotten them closer to killing the Legion, but it was unlikely anyways. It's like one of those moments where they actually had a good fight, and they weren't really expecting it considering how far they've been behind so far. So all things considered, that was actually not bad for them, getting some kills in this fight. Their disadvantage is not as extreme right now, so not all terrible. They have lost some big ultimates, of course. Still not picking up Doom yet because he knows it's not very likely to be effective. If you're playing against like spellcaster heroes with low HP, no problem at all. But he needs to be able to defend these towers. So he's going to use Scorched Earth and his little thunderclap to do it.
Never feels good when you refer to Thunderclap as something little. I feel like that's got to be something, you know, like supposed to be really awesome, but Gunner trying to make a couple plays here. Leo Style, though, jumping forward, considering going in on it, but MJZ just a little bit too low, and they have friends in the vicinity, so looks like Thunder. I don't know about this Gunner. He's thinking about it. I'll back off, though. Just go back
Just
to
needed
creeps.
like one more slight and he would have had it.
Oh, the snap
so
up here. Still manages to get the Invis rune, though.
They literally couldn't grab the rune because he was going to do a slight snag. So they walk away from it and he's just like, yoink. It's like when you're playing Pudge and you're running at somebody and they start juking left and right. And then you just walk into melee range and dismember them. And they're like, oh shit. Okay. And then they hook you afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, that is a fast Battle Fury. 3 minutes
he went
faster.
4-0 in lane, and he's had so much room here. In fact, he's 5-0 right now.
He's even got treads. Like, and his skill build is like full farm speed. For the Cubs is happening in this game, that's for sure. So the pretty standard Ursa build, I don't know if this is fully up to date, but you'd go like Battle Fury, you can go like Sanj, Yasha, Satanic, something like that. So you just have lots of tons of status resistance, good lifesteal, good movement speed. You are just like way too annoying to kill. Tons of HP. Why would you bother messing with him, you know? He's got slightly different talents now, though. I believe the mana regen talent is at 10 instead of 15, and the other one at 10 is the Fury Swipes one. Yep, the reset time one. So it won't be as tanky at the 10 to 15 mark as he used to be, but I like what Gunner's doing, though. He just wants to be like up front in the enemy's faces to make them think that he's going to be jumping on them or to make them go on him, because he's so much more likely to survive than his teammates. So that's what he's trying to guarantee by being aggressive like this.
I mean, that's one thing that we've seen him do in the past as well, is he's just the very in-your-face, not necessarily, you know, having the most damage in the beginning stages, but just making them chase him around the map and allowing Sammy Boy to get all that farm.
Yep.
And we do have the Midas online for him now, so we'll be seeing that accelerate. Spots MJZ over here. Immediately time dilate, trying to get a couple stacks over, but Husky not quite ready for that engagement. Neither was Ocean. So they'll just stay behind them, try to protect him.
They really want to get this free kill, but it's so hard. His raw HP is pretty darn high, actually. And now they're starting the rush. They're going to be completely fine. He does have some lifesteal on that. Where's the... Did he buy his own lifesteal? Do you have a neutral item on Ursa?
On Ursa? No, he's just got the tree.
I swear I saw him healing from overpower. I'm not sure. Maybe Vlad's on Prophet. Is Prophet? Yeah. Okay, there it is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Could be what I'd assume. Lights though. Good stomp here from Monkeys. Get the kill on MJZ in the bottom lane. No chrono required. Try to go in for that tower. Not going to be able to quite deny it. Gets taken down.
It was dangerous. If he gets silenced there, he probably dies to Ursa in that moment, but ends up surviving. So kind of an interesting item build on the Prophet. It's not very common to go Vlad's, especially now that it doesn't give armor anymore. It was in the past better because it would make your Treants harder to kill, but he basically guarantees that Ursa can take Roche pretty much whenever now, which is kind of a cool way to help the game.
Gunners, lights around. Good stomp coming out from Monkeys. And now Monkey's trying to run away, but he's treed up. This is not looking good for him. It might fall. No, but they come through with the disarm from Ocean. The follow-up back. Again, they have an Aegis over here on the Ursa. Leostat coming in with the duel. Gonna be able to go use the false promise. Keep him alive a little bit longer. The silence up. There's a Chronosphere, though, coming out from Sammy Boy. Gonna try to take him down. Do manage to find the kill, but the drag back over here
He's
with
alive?
the left. Frank will be next to take. Sammy Boy now running away. They managed to survive the duel. Leostat, they're so slow. Look at them crawling, Purge. As now Leo Style gets left behind. There's a lot of damage here. This is looking like a double kill for Sammy, and they're hoping maybe they could grab MJZ. Team's very, very fast here. Look at him go. Can he get over there fast enough is the question. And it looks like, nope.
Believe that Gunner is alive. I thought he was so dead. He started sleight of fisting and remnanting around. I'm like, surely he's gonna pop any moment, and then he just keeps bottling. I'm like, oh my god, he's alive. I can't believe that he survived that duel. That Chronosphere by Sammy Boy absolutely saved the fight. Here comes Gunner at like 30% HP. Here's a couple slaps. Look how much damage he's taken. Took a couple more right clicks, but very crucially, the heal did go on Gunner there in that moment. Sammy Boy Chronos to stop extra damage, and then he ends up barely surviving. Ursa got zoned low HP at the start of the fight. This is probably what helped the most. If MNZ just committed to this fight, actually, with his Aegis, which I think he still had here, maybe they get a couple kills, but it's definitely safer for him to run. But the fact that Zoomer's got all those pickoffs is like the gift that they needed in this game to try to catch up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised considering that the Ursa did have Aegis, that he didn't fully commit to it, but perhaps he got a bit too panicked. Rolling. No. All right, Frank shows up. Gets the silence off over here onto Ocean. Going for the duel, and that's easy duel damage for Legion Commander. I don't think he was expecting everyone to show up like that so quickly.
Yeah, Matthew's perfectly positioned to be there to silence. If they don't get the silence off, then he gets Rolling Boulder off, no duel. Wouldn't be the worst for them to waste Rolling Boulder like that, but still, Zoomer is losing a little bit of ground with that movement. 2k gold now behind, but they're stabilizing enough where this could end up being a game that they can win, considering their really strong team fight. But the laning stage definitely went bad. If they didn't have that winning team fight just now near the tri-camp area, they'd be really, really far behind, and I'd start to supremely worry about their chances of winning this match. But they have some tools here. As long as they keep the net worth semi-comparable, and there's only one really farmed guy in the enemy team, doom him. Chronosphere him, you know?
Yeah.
You can win this fight.
I think that's one thing, though, that, okay, the jump on Monkeys, gets the stomp off, goes, pops the drum, still have Husky nearby. Frank joining in, might be able to grab Husky here. Leostat was trying to go in for that duel, but the tree's actually just blocking him a little bit too much. Isn't going to be able to find it, so we have quite a few members of Thunder Predator, all 5 of them, in fact, over here in the triangle. And the rest of Zoomers just delta split, go back to farming.
Yep. They're doing what Gunner was doing earlier. Get in the front, get in front of your opponents, make them run at you, and get out so that nobody dies. In the meantime, Gunner's free farming top. So this is like one of the things that buys them a couple of minutes at a time. Every time they make it an escape like this, it gives them time to get all their heroes in a good net worth position. Even Gunner's net worth is really not that bad. He's queuing Radiance. We haven't seen that in a while. But it's pretty effective this game. A lot of right clickers on the enemy team. Can interrupt blink daggers as well. I think if you can finish it, it'll be pretty cool. But good luck not getting dual killed.
I mean, that's the thing that Alvaro has said over on the panel a couple times now, is that, you know, Thunder Predator, when they have this aggression, like, they look great, but the later that games go, the more they tend to slide out of their hands, and that's a little worrisome. Like you said, you know, it's a lot more pieces that need to fit together over on the side of the Zoomers, but it's not impossible. And they play very, very well together. So if I'm Predator right now, I'm feeling just a little nervous. Not horribly so, because, you know, you still have that net worth lead. It's only 19 minutes, but I'm sure you're thinking the clock is ticking.
Yeah, they've got to be a little bit worried that his net worth is not the biggest. I do like the Manta pivot that he did on the Ursa to remove Searing Chains, a really easy disable. That would normally be a huge pain in the butt for him to have to deal with here. The smoke does break. Looks like Radiant side has some vision of Zoomers, but they're kind of moving together. Gunner does pull the creep wave a little bit, so they're going to know that they're here.
MNZ might get too greedy here. He's Ocean, the jump forward, immediately the swashbuckle hits the disarm. Gunner, okay, so they'll end up losing Ocean. It's gonna be the roll in, the jump, they're trying to find this duel. Sammy Boy goes in for the chrono though, and they'll go and just hold him into place, knocks him back
They got
just
Ursa.
a little bit, but they get MNZ, and they'll turn right back around again. They get the Doom off on the backhand lines. They'll take down MJZ, and the rest of Thunder, they're crumbling. One of them manages to go and TP out, but the rest of them are falling like flies. Can they get Matthew in time? They want it. No, so close. But they'll be able to take out the two big cores and the offlaner here. Only the supports survive that.
Sammy Boy wins that fight without a doubt. The fact that he was able, or you could blame Ursa for making a mistake, but Chronosphere lands without Ursa getting his ulti off, and he ends up just getting bursted. Very, very crucially, Oracle is also on the side, and while Oracle is normally just a support that sits back and saves allies, perfect example of Oracle being valuable in a moment like this. A disabled hero who needs to use his ulti to stay alive, who wants to fight and slap heroes, and he just gets bursted down. He just now gets his health talent, actually. And considering his net worth, he did not look squishy in that engagement. And now Phases Void's approaching the same net worth. So time and time again, the team fights for Zoomers is clawing them back into this game.
Feels like Thunder Predator playing very tightly together. They do have the opportunity, right? You know that your Chronosphere is down. You know that Doom is down. Perhaps they can make some sort of pick-off plays, but do have to be careful. And I do like the way, again, for Zoomers, moving together, staying to, one side of the map so that way they can go. Well, Frank down here. Monkey's making his way over too. You see the Bat Riders TPing in. They get the stomp off. They need maybe one more hit over here to finish him off if they have the Yules. Gonna be the drag back over here. Still managing to nuke down Frank. And there's a lot of people joining in the fight though now. Matthew finding the kill over onto Ocean. Gunner, not quite sure he wants to be a part of this. We'll activate the double damage though. He's thinking about going in. And he'll go stomp. Oh, it's beautiful. The slight, the stomp, and all the damage coming out from a double damage Gunner. Find themselves a nice pick here. MNZ though gets a nice bash off. They get the duel. MNZ and Leo Style now on the hunt. A little bit of a root thrown out here by Husky. Oh no, Stomp comes out again from Monkeys. He's gonna just TP away. Husky not looking too healthy here though. He might end up being the one who gets taken down. Yeah, they get the bash off. No problem.
Yeah, that basher against Gunner was really the crucial part there. I mentally cast or cursed Gunner. I was like, man, he's been playing so good. He keeps being in the front. They keep going on him. He's dodging these disables, and they just gets bash dueled. But he's done a great job in a lot of these fights to waste the initiations of Thunder Predator. And one thing that really hurts Thunder Predator with this 5-position Bat is it feels like we haven't seen Bat do anything in this game. Other than some like laning shenanigans and stuff like that, have we seen a crucial lasso yet? No. I don't think he's got Blink Dagger yet either. They're going to try to get a duel off though.
Silence the duel over onto Matthew Franks here, and you just can't be alone against this Thunder squad. They're just everywhere.
Blade Mail is just way too powerful against right-click carries. Easy kills there. Good map control there, and that's gonna really separate the Void a bit more from the Ursa. Ursa's had a good couple minutes here, getting crucial kills on the Ember Spirit and the Oracle. Now Roche is their next goal. It's not up yet, but it is on the way. And that's gonna be the Cheese Roche. But the game's actually pretty close net worth wise. It's not too bad, actually. For the Zoomers.
I feel like there's more pressure being placed on Thunder Predator right now because it never seems like Zoomers feel like they have to go and take these, massive fights. Like if a pick-off happens, if they see someone, they're like, okay, yeah. But, as I say that, they go for a smoke. They do have the Chronosphere up. They know that they're going to be playing around the Roche pit.
Good positioning for Bat Rider here. We'll see if he breaks smoke.
They can get in there. Look how fast this Roche is melting. They don't pop the smoke.
They sneak right by it just barely. Okay,
they do see Ocean though. They're looking to roll on into the pit. Tom comes up, he's not able to blink, and that's gonna be an Aegis picked up for the Ursa. They just immediately take down Husky. And there's a duel. He duels the illusion on the back end though. That is not looking great, but they'll still be able to go get kill onto Monkeys forever. There's a couple slides coming out here from Gunner. forced to run away as Ocean also does not look like he wants to be a part of this. They managed to go take down the position 5, but Sammy Boy not finding that chrono. Maybe an issue here as they'll jump in again. They pop a Lincoln's on Sammy. Rolling coming out from Matthew. They'll kick him forward. They might have actually saved him with that kick, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have Quelling Blade yet, or still for some, or he sold it obviously, but it seems a little bit. I guess he's got jump, so it's not that bad to give it up, but it looked a little bit complicated there. Decent fight for Thunder Predator. Basically, the Prophet ulti ends up catching Doom, preventing his initiation from going through. Wasted War Stomp. They got a duel on an illusion at least. That part was pretty nice, of course, but at least nobody super feeds, I guess. It's the okay part for Zoomers, but not the best engagement. Wasting Doom is a bit mediocre here, but considering that their net worth is still semi-comparable, as long as they don't take a really bad fight against Ursa with his Aegis up, then it'll be all right. But he's got Abyssal now. This is where things start getting really scary. He's gonna be able to solo kill heroes.
Oh, Sammy, you know? All right, well, there's the Chronos Spear, but Leo's now waiting over on the side. Ocean, they're going for the duel. There's gonna be the Yules. It buys them a little bit more time. They'll be able to save Ocean, and Sammy Boy's gonna get taken out as well. This Legion doing so much work. MNZ gets the kill on Husky. Leo Style now says that was cute, Gunner, but come back here. Zip in right into the arms of Minos. Oh my goodness. He is playing like a madman today.
I feel like he should have just jumped into trees and TP'd over on the left side because Duel's already gone. But yeah, he ends up jumping back, trying to get back to his tower, and he ends up getting killed. Didn't want to waste the Fire Remnant, I guess. And all of a sudden, wow, what a game changer. That fight was so one-sided for Thunder Predator. Now they're just high ground. 4 dead heroes. Towers dying minimum. They don't have Glyph either. It's already been used. So melee racks?
That's what it's looking like. Still have that Aegis online for the Ursa. Do have the Pangolier back up and running, but they have to be careful again with that Abyssal Blade, with the fact that Leo Style can hold them down. So he'll do what he can. Monkey's down here on the bottom lane, though. It's going to run into Matthew. It's silenced up. Frank is here, too. And they've got a lot of damage here, Purge. This is not looking good for the Doom. He's just permanently silenced. Gets the stop off, but he's just so dead now. Ocean with the roll. And they're just ignoring what's going on in their base, which is very strange here. Sammy Boy hoping for a bash. Not going to be able to get it. Matthew now disarmed. And they've got a lot of people TPing back to deal. But again, that Yules coming in handy will give them a little bit more time to run away. Leo Style getting into vicinity. He sees Gunner. This light comes out. They don't want to get held down. Can they get him out in time, though, is the question, as they dive behind their tier 1, trying to just kite this Ursa as much as they can. But look how tanky he is.
He's basically untouchable at this point in the game. He's such a huge threat with the Abyssal Blade. So easy even for Gunner to get killed. He's got to worry about Duel and the other Duel, Ursa. Except it's like a one-sided duel. It's like he just shows up and gives you a little cub paw over the head and says, for the cubs, and he eats you.
I mean, it's bring your cub to work day. He's got to look good for his kid.
Yeah, and he's looking good right now. His net worth advantage is huge. They just got so much
and
advantage.
Sammy, the Lincoln's gets popped immediately, and Leo Style just follows it up with all this damage. He didn't even need Frank there, let's be really honest. Just like that, Sammy's down for 60-something seconds.
The Lincoln's is smart, surely, against Legion Commander and Batrider Lasso, but the problem is, I mean, I would argue he doesn't have very much damage, and now the Halberd transition, even though it's a little bit more expensive now, the perfect Lincoln's Breaker, and it's an item that Legion wants to buy anyways, so all these items come out on Sammy Boy, and he's gotten a couple good chronos, but it just feels like they're too far behind now after losing these last 2 fights.
Monkey's jumping forward. War Stomp comes off, but got the Doom off. Like the Ursa's gonna have some difficulty. The buyback now from Sammy Boy. Leo Style joining into the fight. Sammy Boy goes in for the chrono. Needs to go and finish off, but he's not hitting anyone. So turn back around. Sees the Legion. The bounce back here. Chasing after Frank. Looks like he might be able to get this Rolling Thunder coming through, though. And they managed to do. They take down Frank. They'll go right back in for Leo Style. The agent spots on the back line. Ocean taking so much damage, though. They go and they get this ulti off over onto Gunner. But they end up losing Matthew. They end up losing Gunner, too. And it looks like Sammy is next. That's a triple kill. And that's GG.
Yep, felt that one coming. The Doom was effective, the Chronosphere was okay, but once again, I think not keeping his Quelling Blade definitely cost him in a couple moments. Not that that was like the biggest reason that they lost.